What's up, people? Just doing a quick overview of a knife I just picked up. It's the Rick Barrett Fallout Flipper. Um, it's a pretty large knife. I believe it is just under 10 inches overall length. I guess I could have measured it, but I'm going off of Rick's website. And the blade is, I believe, 4¼ inches with 1095 steel. It's a big, huge, thick blade too. It has a really nice hamon on it. Sorry for all the glare there, guys, but really nice amount on it. I hope you can some of this picks up on there. I know it's kind of dark, but dark thin glare. So the maker's mark. So zoom in there for you. Nice little maker's mark. I like that. The pivot is, tie pivot, custom, anodized, like you can see it yourself. Blue, kind of like a little bit of purple and bronze in there too. Heat colored titanium scales. Just your average everyday run of the mill pocket clip. I mean, he could probably put a cooler pocket clip on there, but this one works, and the overall look, I mean, it matches the knife pretty well. So could be a better pocket clip, I think, but still think it looks good. Tie backspacer, anodized. Same thing, bluish with a little bit of purple in there. You can kind of get a hint of bronze, depending, if you have some skin oils on there. But lockup is about 40%. Not like that matters, but it's there, and I kind of like it right around there anyway. I don't like them when they're like, just hanging on the edge. But flipping action on this thing is pretty outstanding for it being such a huge blade. I mean, detent, as you've seen there, my finger slipped off, is pretty freaking strong. And the blade just flies out straight up and down. So, pretty good flipping action. No stick to the lock. I believe it's running on IKBS. So, yep, just pretty, I like it. I guess I'll do this for you now. Just a little size comparison. That's an SMF. CC'd SMF. And there's a ZT801. If you kind of line it up. So, I mean, it's a big knife, guys. Definitely dwarfs the ZT, and it is a lot bigger than the SMF. Blade stock is relatively close. Probably maybe a little bit thicker on the Barrett, but pretty close. And the tie scales, I mean, they're pretty thick too. I don't know what the exact diameter is, but there's a ZT compared to that. I did have an issue, and it's kind of hard. Like, I don't want to mess with the maker here because I think he did a pretty great job. But when I had bought this off a buddy who just recently, he's a pretty big collector, decided he was going to stop knife collecting. He was getting a little too involved, wanting to spend more time with his family and that. So he only had it for 2 days, and he never really used it. He flicked it a couple times and then put it away, basically. But so I bought off him. I got it, and it's pretty addictive to play with just because you got that gigantic blade. And it does, I wanted to say that too, it's kind of milled out on the sides there, chamfered, whatever you want to call it. But so when it doesn't hurt your hands if you, flick it a ton. But anyway, so I'm playing with it, and I played with it for a while, and then, I just gave it a little, to check the lock up, and it actually had lock slip. So, I mean, I was pushing on it, and, the lock bar would push over. And then if you did it hard enough, the lock would fail. It took a considerable amount of effort to make it do that, but it still did it. So basically, I had no problems with the guy that I bought it off. A really great dude, and he didn't know. So I was like, I'm going to have to contact, Rick Barrett and see what he says. So I called him, and no one answered. And literally like 10 minutes later, I get a phone call. And it was Rick Barrett, and he goes, did you just call here about, and ask me that? And I was like, yeah, man. I told him my issue with it, and he's like, yeah. He's like, absolutely, send it in. Let me take a look at it. So I sent it to him. As soon as he got it, the day he got it, he said, yeah. He's like, I got it. I see the issue. He basically told me he left the lock geometry a little too steep. So he said he'd take care of that. He said, I do all this by hand. So, not that he wanted to make an excuse or anything. He was just letting me know. He's like, everything's done by hand on this. So, you know, he admitted, you know, that he made a mistake there. He said, I'll get it back to you really quick. So literally, I sent this out. It was probably gone a total of maybe 5 days total, maybe 6 because I sent it out on a weekend. But literally had it for a day and a half. He fixed it and then shipped it out the next day. So awesome customer service. It came back. I mean, you can't force any play in any direction on this thing. It's just a big beast, beefy, you know, knife now. So no problems. And I actually was curious before I did this, and when I found this issue, I actually but I contacted a couple people on Instagram, and I talked to 2 different people that both had this knife, and asked them if, you know, if they had an issue with lock geometry or any lock slip or anything like that, and they both said no. So they didn't have any issue with it. So it was probably a fluke. And these makers, you know, they're just normal people too. Everyone makes a mistake here and there. So I have no qualms with that. And, you know, his customer service was top notch. I mean, he had it back so quick. And, you know, he sounded upset that it went out like that. You know what I mean? So just a really nice guy. And if you ever buy one of these or have any issues, he'll take care of it for you really quick. His services, if you've ever dealt with Dave Curtis, is just like that, man. No questions like, oh, what did you do to it? You had it done, you know, nothing like that. Nothing coming at me. Just said, just straight up, just send it in. I'll take care of it, and he did. So, pretty cool guy. And that's about it, guys. If you're thinking about one, I'd say definitely do it. I know he's done with his first run of them now. I heard he may make a smaller one, but I think it's definitely a good knife. No doubt, great knife. But it is huge. I believe I already have someone that wants to buy it off me, so I think I'm going to sell it to my buddy who really wanted one. I've more or less picked it up just out of interest, and I really do like it. It is comfortable in the hand. There is no jimping or anything like that, but it's big enough where you can get a solid enough grip on it. I think that it won't be much of an issue. But I do like big knives anyway, so I would say I'm selling this because it's too big for me, but really it's not. I don't mind something big. But I just happened to find something. There's a couple things I really want to get, so I think I'm going to pick them up, and he's going to buy this off me. But overall, it's a really nice knife. And the stone wash on it's nice too, guys. I know I'm kind of back and forth all over the place on it, but with the heat color and the stone wash, and he did say he, you know, tumbles them by hand, so pretty cool knife. But if you have any questions, guys, let me know. Throw it down in the comments. I'll get back to you. But just a big, beefy knife. That's it, guys. I'm out.